This is from the woman that interviewed me for the New York Times article. I spent 2 days laboring at the first generation iPad that didn't work and didn't have a back button, and I skipped 2 days of the family vacation to try to respond. It was very difficult, but so important to me, and I thought she was going to help put me on the map. So this is July 2011. She wrote me a lot of questions. It's going in reverse. Thanks for much for all of this, Talia. I'm afraid the piece will be really short, but I appreciate how much you put into this. How much time you put. What's the name of the Inventors Convention where you pitched the hardware? Yeah, as if she doesn't know. It turned out, of course, she's represented by they're the ones who sent her. Oh no, I think it's because, yeah, I sent a cease and desist to William Morris Endeavor. And then they had her interview me, but I didn't know this at the time. It took, when the article came out in the New York Times, and it was about who invented the heart hand gesture, and it left out that I had a U.S. utility patent and trademarks on, and never mentioned my name at all, and just mentioned the people they were trying to promote. Hint, hint. So this is where I tell her all my my business ideas, everything that I've put the products on, so that they knew exactly how I was using it in commerce, on which categories. And yeah, this is me. Thank you so much for contacting me on this matter. It has been very important for me to have a voice. I'd been working on the Heartmark full-time for 15 years. It has defined my entire adult life's identity. I built a large body of work around it. I believe that after I pitched it in March 2008 in an inventors convention, was when it would be on the next big idea, it got compromised in the way that led into its current popularity. I thought that the years of work and legal investments out of our limited family budget would at least find some remuneration and voice, but that has not been the case so far. I will answer your questions and provide some more background in case it may be useful to you. I apologize for the length of this email. It is tough to edit with an iPad. I'm available to discuss if that can help. Thank you again for the opportunity to share this. And then I talked to her exactly of how I invented it, but in the article she writes how this other person somehow spontaneously came up with it while being in front of people on a stage, which is doesn't match up with my dates. And they use the dates that I accidentally said in this interview. I said 2006, but I obviously have it registered in 2005, and I was using it in commerce in 2005 as the trademark part, but I have the patent from applied in 2001, and I had met lawyers before that. Anyway, I give her all the information, and it was many emails back and forth. She wanted to know exactly my first use and which products, and I didn't badmouth anyone, and I thought we could work together. I explained, I just poured my heart out. I thought she was my Woodward and Bernstein that would put me on the map, and I couldn't erase the first draft, so I had to just send it. And then she tells me, I'm about to leave town for the weekend and my deadline is Monday, so if you could just answer some questions over email and get them to me by Sunday, that would be great. This is how it started. How did you invent and develop the Heartmark? So she knew I invented it. Have you tried, this is a reporter for the New York Times. Have you tried to copyright it or anything proprietary like that? Yes, of course I did. And she knew that because I told her it was all. She had all the information. What do you think when you see stars like, I'm not allowed to mention it, but this was, she was sent by the same agency that represents them. She was represented by them. So this was a spying an article so that they can then publish things against me. Things that would backdate her before and just fake it. And so Marissa Meltzer. Yeah, it turns out Marissa Meltzer was represented by the same agency that's represented by an agency that represents them. So the writing agency is represented by the bigger agency. So when I flew back from this vacation, the entire flight back, this woman was launching her, there were commercials every second of this super famous, super powerful, all-powerful singer doing my heart mark, my heart hand gesture, the entire flight back. It was a torture. Every commercial break to promote her tour, using my brand as if it's hers, knowingly using my brand, like to try to, and then there were, to make it like it's perceived as if it's hers, because some of the, even though they had, this all happened because they received a cease and desist letter from me. So they got a cease and desist letter from a lawyer that sent them, and then this was how they thought to purposely pollute, like what's the word, to make it everywhere, so it'll, but before that they also had a bunch of other artists that they represent do the heart hand in magazines and saying, here's Lady Gaga doing the gesture that everyone thinks is this woman's, that I'm scared to say her name because they're so powerful. They are a mafia. They were following me around. They had everything erased in they were really scaring me. And they can reach everything. They own every network, every brand, they represent individual shows on every network, the artists, the logos of the networks, the companies that own the networks, everything. They represent everyone. So this is the article. They erased everything from my computer that was filed under the legal section, but I can still pull up, because I was organized, so I have I have files, and if I were to go to the legal file, everything is erased up to exactly when I try to start to reach to lawyers and save all the things. Anyway, that's my story of that.